Hey guys, good day, and thanks for coming back to the next video. Hey, I want to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah here. You guys can download this little one-page document about Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed in the fourth month. But before I get to that, I want to jump to what happened yesterday. I want to let you guys hear this and tell me what you think.
The spirit of American independence will never fade, never fail, but will reign forever and ever and ever.
So the spirit of, I guess, freedom in America will reign forever and ever and ever. Okay, it was Donald Trump yesterday. So if we go back to Genesis 18, this is the chapter in Genesis where Abraham, now that's his new name, he's visited by the Lord at the Oaks of Mamre. And we can read about this. I'm going to show a quick video of it though. I think it's right here. Abraham is visited by two angels and the Lord. He knows there's something special. So this is when they come and they tell Abraham and Sarah that he's going to have a child. And when he comes back a year later, the children will, Isaac will be born. That will be his name because Sarah laughed. So they named the boy Isaac. But this is the part of Genesis where he makes food for them, and then he goes and the two angels leave, they go to Sodom and Gomorrah to go get Lot, and then Abraham makes a deal with the Lord about not destroying Sodom and Gomorrah if there's righteous people there. And he goes through the litany from 50 down to, I think, 10 or something like that. But I want to talk about this event here when the angels go to Sodom. And I'm going to go back to the book of Jubilees. The book of Jubilees is not in the 66 canon of books, but it was found at the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Dead Sea, and there's multiple copies of it that were found there that were translated that appear to be pretty good. So it was a very prevalent book that was at the Dead Sea Scrolls. So it would appear that we can take it literally if you'd like here. So what I did was, you guys can download the book of Jubilees from anywhere on the internet, but this is chapter 16. And you can see here it says that the Lord, it says we, Elohim, the plural God, we announced to him. They visited Abraham at the Oak of Mamre, like it says here, and it happened in the new moon of the fourth month. The new moon sounds like the first day of the fourth month, but later on it speaks about what happens. It says, and in this month, the fourth month, the Lord executed his judgments on Sodom and Gomorrah and Zeboim. I can't pronounce that too well. So I created this document here. You guys can download, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. So this is in the fourth month, the month of Tammuz, the Lord executed his judgments on Sodom and Gomorrah and Zeboim and all the region of the Jordan, and he burned them with fire and brimstone and destroyed them until this day, even as I have declared unto thee all thy works, that they are wicked and sinners exceedingly, and that they defile themselves and commit fornication in the flesh, and work uncleanliness on the earth. And in like manner God will execute judgment on all the places where they have done accordingly to the uncleanness of the Sodomites, like unto the judgment of Sodom. So this is being said in Jubilees chapter 16 verse 6. It says, in like manner places like Sodom and Gomorrah will be destroyed. So like manner, would that be the fourth month with fire and brimstone? So I'm not saying it's going to be the fourth month when fire falls again. It sure sounds like it. Okay, so what is this fourth month? So the book of Jubilees has the first month starting in the spring, so it mimics the Hebrew calendar we have now. This is the year 2019. So the first day of the fourth month on the lunar calendar was July 4th. It was yesterday. We had that earthquake in California. The first month on Torah calendar, I think for the fourth month, they're a week ahead. So we're in the fifth month on Torah calendar. Hey guys, I don't know which calendar is the right calendar. I think about this all the time. I don't have a clue. On the Enoch calendar, the beginning of the 4th month was June 20th. So on Enoch's calendar, we're on the 15th day, the middle of the 4th month. Okay, so if we think about what happened, basically fire and brimstone fell in the 4th month. It doesn't say what day it fell. Okay, so we know that an asteroid's going to be coming soon. We've all talked about it. Whether this is the asteroid event or the asteroid happens and then this happens later, I don't know I don't know how the order is going to be. But if I jump to a different subject and started to talk about Moses and what happened with Moses, let's just watch this for a second. So I'll talk about what you probably have seen. This is the Ten Commandments movie. Sorry, guys, where Moses smashes the Ten Commandments because he comes down from Mount Sinai after 40 days with the Ten Commandments, and they're the children of Israel, not just the Jews, all 12 tribes, are worshiping a golden calf.
Those who will not live by the law shall die by the law.
Anyway, so if you know the dates, or if you follow the dates of this event was the 17th day of Tammuz, the 4th month. So these tablets, these stones, were thrown down on the 17th day, the 17th day of the 4th month. So if I go back to the lunar calendar, which I don't know if it's the right calendar, the 17th day of the 4th month is July 20th. And we've heard a lot of talk about the 17th day of July, so that's interesting how that could be right after that. So if we look at the Enoch calendar, the 17th day of the 4th month is July 6th, which is tomorrow. So I've always thought that stones or something was going to fall because of this Moses thing on the 17th day of Tammuz. So I also have this other study I did where Jesus talks about casting the first stone. I somehow think this stone, the tablets, the asteroid, I think that they're all connected. It's just my feeling, okay? So we know that when Jesus walked the face of the earth, the Jewish leaders brought a woman to him, a harlot, and they wanted to know what he would do with the harlot. So Jesus spoke. He says, so when the Pharisees continued asking him, Jesus lifted himself up and said unto them, he who is without sin among you, let him cast the first stone at her. Okay, so we know that Jesus from Hebrews 4, he was the only one, our high priest, without sin. So this proclamation he made 2,000 years ago in John chapter 8, verse 7, that it would appear that since Jesus is the only one without sin, that it would be him casting the first stone at a harlot. And when we read Isaiah 28, written 700 years before this event, we see that a stone, let me go ahead and read it. Woe to the proud crown of the drunkards of Ephraim, and to the fading flower of its glorious beauty, which is on the head of the fertile valley, of those who are overcome with wine. So it looks like the leaders of Ephraim, a bunch of drunkards. A bunch of, well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know if that's the case. Actually, Trump doesn't drink. It says that, behold, the Lord has one who is strong and mighty, or a mighty agent, which could be an asteroid, as a storm of hail, a tempest of destruction, like a storm of mighty overflowing waters. When this thing's thrown down to the earth, it's going to cause destruction, tsunamis. He, the Lord, has cast it down to the earth with his hand. And you can continue on reading down to verse 17. It starts talking about these underground shelters that are going to be filled with water, and that there's a covenant mentioned, guys. And then I'm not going to get into it. And talks about an overwhelming scourge that passes over, and it will be sheer terror to understand this message. But that's later in chapter Isaiah 28, but it speaks about this. He, the Lord, is going to cast a stone down or something, this strong thing, to the earth. Now, some folks have said that when the asteroid hits is when the remnant will be glorified. So other folks think that this strong and mighty angel, it really could be two, is the John the Baptist or the Elijahs being thrown down to the earth to begin their 40 days of warning like Jonah had. I have a theory that there'll be 40 days of warning before the worldwide rapture, and then there'll be 40 days of time of trial afterwards, two sets of 40 days. That's just a theory I have. I don't know if it's going to be true or not. But all this, if he follows the same pattern as he did with Moses, casting the stone tablets down, which I see these all being connected, could that be the 17th of Tammuz? Seems like it could be. Okay, guys, you guys can download this document here. Let me show you. I'll have it up here. Sodom and Gomorrah. I posted this on Facebook. And it doesn't say what day, in the 4th month. So I think if this is this particular year and God decides to follow the pattern he made for Sodom and Gomorrah, we could see something falling like this very soon. With that, guys, I'll let you go. Have a great day, and God bless you.